Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Felicia Lynette Refocus, and this is Let's Talk About Healing. We got another hot topic for you tonight. We're getting ready to get on into it. Are you all ready? It's time to talk about healing. Grab your partners, tell them to come on, and let's get this together. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Hello, 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 and good evening to you today. What is going on out there? This is your girl, Felicia Lynette Refocus, and I am super pumped today. Y'all ready? Because I am so ready. Can y'all go and do me a favor? Y'all know what it is. Go ahead and hit that like or heart it, love, whatever. Hit that button down there and say like it, I love it, I love it, I like it. And then hit the share button and share it on your page. Tag a few people in there and then come back to the comments and let me know what city and state you're listening to. What city and state you're listening to us from. Write in the comments what city and state. Say hello and say, hey, I'm checking in from the Chi-Town area. I'm checking in from the SIP. I'm checking in from the boot. Wherever you're from, go ahead on and let us know where you're from. And as you're doing that, let me go ahead on and do the same. Let me like and let me tag and let me share it with a few folk, because it is time for us to get ready to talk about healing. And y'all know I'm ready. Your girl is ready. I am stoked today. Tonight's conversation is going to be amazing. Y'all go ahead on and tag a few people and tell them to come on in this room. Tag them so that they can get started. We are ready to get into this. And as I'm talking, let me do a little bit of promo for the brand. If y'all don't mind, let me go ahead on and do a little promo for the brand. As you see, I am wearing the women's fitted t-shirt today. This is a large women's fitted t-shirt. If you have not gotten your shirt, come on, y'all. What y'all waiting on? Send me a DM. They go from small to 3X. Get your shirt. You need to be refocused in the gear that we have, all right? We also have our tumblers. I also have a coffee mug tumbler I didn't bring out today, and a regular coffee cup as well. So y'all come on, get these down. We got some other things coming up in the woodworks. Some journals will be coming out soon. Just some more promotional items we'll have coming out soon. So y'all make sure that y'all go ahead on and send your girl a DM. We're getting ready to get started already. Go ahead on, like and tag and share. Send it on out. I see Las Vegas in the house. I see Chicago in the house. What's up? What's up, y'all? Don't forget to like, tag, and share, and let me know where you're listening from. We're going to give a few more people some time to get on up in this place. What's up, Bishop J? What's up, Elder Willie? And what is up, Makia, Dominique, what's up? Gina, what's up? Listen, y'all, go ahead on and like and tag a few people and send it on out to a few people before we get started, because I am ready for this topic tonight. Tonight's topic, you guys, is we're going to be talking about changing your perspective. And listen, when I tell you it is important to your healing journey, you don't want to miss this. I don't know what y'all sipping on tonight, but y'all know how I tell y'all. This ain't church. Go and get you your best drink, whatever it is you like. You may like coffee, tea, milk, soda, whatever that is. Some of y'all may like a little glass of wine. Some of y'all may like a little shot of Hennessy, Courvoisier, whatever you like. Listen, this is a no judgment zone. Get your best drink and pull on up with your pen and paper because we got some good stuff to talk about on tonight. Don't forget, if you haven't bought your t-shirts, come on, y'all. Send me that DM and get that shirt. It has the Refocus brand on the front. And on the back, it has the Go and Get You Some Healing, I Believe I Will, situations on the back. So y'all go ahead on and do that. And y'all going to hear about situations in the very, when I say very near future, that's the title of my book. And I'm super pumped about it and ready for it to be released. We're going to go ahead on and get started. And y'all know how I do. Sometimes I have giveaways, right? Something's in my eye. I'm sorry. Hopefully it's just hair. I think it was. Okay. Y'all know I have giveaways. At the end of the live, I have giveaways. It could be a shirt for you. So listen, you got to listen all the way to the end. You got to take good notes because you never know where I'm going to come from with my question and what that's going to mean. Don't forget to like, tag, and share. Let us know what city and state you're listening in. Y'all see I'm just kind of ruffling some time right here, just kind of prolonging things a little bit, giving a few more people some time to get in. But if y'all know your girl, when I say we're starting at 7:30, at 7:29 and 59 seconds, I am absolutely ready to do this thing. So don't forget to like, tag, and share. Send this on out to some other people as we're getting ready and we're working on our healing by changing our perspective tonight. It's that time, right? We're trying to change our perspective so that we can get healed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. I'm all over here in my own little vibe, y'all. I don't even know if y'all can hear the music, but I hear it. I'm just giving some more people time enough to get in the room. Don't forget to like, tag, and share. Let us know what city and state that you're listening from. And I got to put my glasses on because your girl's eyes are old and I can't see. Hey, Melissa from Chicago. Hello, Michael. Hello, Kim from Chicago. I see you. Thank you for tagging. Thank you for tagging, Makia. Thank you so much. Hey, Monique, it's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. All right, y'all, we're getting ready to get started. We are talking about today's topic. This is Let's Talk About Healing with your girl, Felicia Lynette, Refocus. And we are talking about healing today, and our topic is changing your perspective. Now, y'all know I always got to give this disclaimer because some of y'all know me as preacher and pastor, and I ain't preaching tonight, right? Even if I throw a little scripture out there because I can't help it, I ain't preaching tonight. So whatever y'all got, get your best drink. Y'all remember that psychodrama term that we use? Go ahead on and get whatever is your psychodrama. Whatever brings you peace, whatever brings you your zen. Do whatever you got to do and pull up in this room tonight. Don't forget to like, tag, and share. Let us know what city and what state you're listening from. All right, today, this is changing your perspective. And I want you all, as I'm giving this out, as I'm talking tonight, there are two words in changing your perspective I really want you to keep in the mind, keep in the forefront, and that is awareness and compassion. Those two words will be more useful in your vocabulary as you are on your healing journey and your road to recovery. And so as we've been talking a lot about trauma, we've been talking a lot about things that we've gone through in life and getting healed from those and trying to come out on top and whatever the case may be. We've been talking a lot about that. And this week I've been dealing with changing your perspective. And the reason I've been dealing with that is because it's extremely important that when you're on a healing journey that you start seeing things differently. Right? Because if you're on a healing journey and you constantly still see things the same way, then all the work that you put in for your healing means nothing. Because you're going to always see things as being bad. Oh, well, I went down that road once, it's bad. No. Change your perspective of how you see it so that you can get a different outcome. And that's what we're dealing with today. Because we have the tendency to see the world from a negative aspect even in our own personal lives. Even in our own personal lives, we see things around us as a negative aspect, right? I don't care what it is. You could have gone through something on your job. The minute you walk in that same place at the same time, you're already prepped for, oh, here goes so-and-so and so-and-so. They're going to come with some bad news. Why? Because they came with bad news yesterday. No, change your perspective and start speaking daily affirmations to yourself. Oh, it's going to be a good day. The next conversation they have with me is going to be one of blessings and favor and prosperity. Start changing your perspective, the way that you see things. If you don't choose to see it differently, you'll always be stuck right there. I know, I said rat. You'll be stuck right there if you don't choose to see things differently. It's all about how you choose to see it. We've been dealing with the healing journey today, and we've been talking about changing your perspective yesterday and today, all throughout our healing. And for some reason, for us human folk, the grass always seems to be greener on the other side. Until you get over there and jump on the other side and it's a bunch of dandelions. It looked green from a distance. It looked pretty. It looked like it was inviting until you got over there and it was no longer inviting. It was a whole bunch of dandelions and weeds that just happened to look green from a distance until you got close. Because our perspectives are so off, we're seeing things from afar as our purpose. We're seeing things from afar as where we're supposed to be. We do it all the time. I'm getting ready to bring it home to you right here. Y'all ready? We do it all the time when we watch people on social media. We do it all the time when we watch these reality shows. They look this way, they act this way. All of a sudden, oh, I got to do this so I can get that. We want what they have. The Bible says they call it coveting. We want what they have because it look a certain way when all along we don't know that a lot of those same people are miserable. I said this, I have this in my book, and I talked about in my very first marriage, all I wanted to do is have what everybody else had. I wanted to get married. Everybody else was in my church getting married. Most of my people were much older than me that I hung with, and they were all yoking up and getting married. And I thought I wanted that too. And so that's what I went after. Until I got older to realize that some of those same folks in those marriages were miserable. But my perspective was only what I saw. My perspective was only what they portrayed to me. My perspective was, oh, that's good. Then this must be the way that I got to do it. When watch this, I could have obtained all those same things if I had just went on my own and did it. I felt like in order to have my house, that I had to be yoked up to somebody to get it. Change your perspective. Why do you have to have somebody else to get what's rightfully yours? What you can work to get. You can get your own degree, get your own businesses, get your own income up, and get your stuff together and go out and get it. But our perspectives are so off because we feel like somebody else got it that way, then I got to get it the same way they got it. Why? Most of us, when we're going through healing, most of us, when we're going through things, we will always see this glass as half full, half empty. We'll always see it as pretty little wine glass. And ain't got no wine in it today because I did badly on my water today, so I got to drink water. That's what's in my cup. But most of us will always see this as half empty because all of our lives we've told ourselves, oh, that's almost gone. It's almost out of here. I'm halfway down to it and I almost don't have anything. Why does it have to be half empty? Why can't we say, oh, this is half full. It's almost full. And if I keep pushing, if I keep going to my purpose, eventually it's going to get all the way to the top. Eventually it's going to fill all the way up. That's why you got to be compassionate and aware of your surroundings and what's going on with you. You got to change your perspective. Your outlook cannot be the same. I was telling my sister cousin, best friend today, earlier when I was talking to her, we have these sit down powwow moments and we talk about things that's going on or things that's happened. And I ministered somewhere Sunday and she saw it. And so she said, sister, you know, I've heard you preach. Like you've been doing this for 30 years. And I've heard you preach like forever. But this was something different. I saw you out of your experience, birthing something. And I said to her, because what I realized is this wasn't about who heard me. This was about I needed to hear my own voice. I needed to change my perspective about where I was headed to my purpose. And that's what I talked out of. And so when you change your perspective, you start speaking differently. You start seeing things differently. You start seeing things as the things that once were negative in your mind as a positive. The things that brought you trauma and pain, that failed marriage, that failed business, that failed relationship, those wayward children, the things that you looked at as negative, you start seeing them as purposeful. It wasn't that I've had several failed marriages that I get to walk with my head down. No, it was that I had several failed marriages that made me who I am today. It was that I had several failed marriages that gave me purpose, that gave me life, that gave me experience, that gave me my voice back. Yeah, it's all about how you see it. So you don't have to look at the things that you've experienced, the things that you've gone through, the things that you've been through as a bad thing. No, them things brought you purpose. When you change your perspective, you start having a different outcome. When you change the way that you see things, you start having a different outcome. Can I just shout out some people here really quickly? Hello, Sharice. Hello, Flossie. Thanks for tagging somebody. Monique. Hello, Melissa again. Kim, I think I've already spoke to you all. All right, so don't forget to like, tag, and share. Let me know what areas you guys are listening from. I'm trying to track our footprint, so as we're getting ready to do some bigger and better things, I know which areas that we need to be hitting up, okay? But as you are on your journey, your way towards healing, and you're changing your perspective, you're changing your outlook, you don't have to look at it as bad. It affected you. I say this all the time, every live. Your trauma probably wasn't your fault. What they did to you wasn't your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. How are you going to view this now? What's your perspective? Are you going to still live in the bad things that happen? Or are you going to find your way out of it and get yourself healed? It's all about how you see it. This is life. And in life, we cannot live in the bad forever. I can't live in the fact that I've had several bad marriages. I can't live. I can correct and change some of the things that I did to get there. But what I got to do is go head on and move towards my purpose and see things differently. I can't tell myself that you will never amount to anything because I've had some bad things. No, girl, you are fearfully, wonderfully made in his image and in his likeness. You are made the way that God made you. I may have done exactly what they said I did, but I ain't who they say I are. I am. That was crazy, right? Bad grammar. I am not who they said I am. I did it. I could have done it. Some of the stuff. Maybe not all of it, but some of the stuff. But that's not who I am. Because I get to see myself as healed. I get to see myself as whole. I get to see myself in purpose. A lot of times we focus on the things that we didn't have. We're so busy focusing on the gloom and the doom that we don't even focus on what we have. If all you're eating are ramen noodles, it's somebody outside on the street corners begging for a meal. You're so busy focusing on you don't have a filet mignon. You're so busy focusing on you're not eating lobster and sushi and all that kind of stuff that you're not even thankful for the stuff that you do have. Maybe change your perspective. Change the way you see things. I don't have to look at it as I don't have it. I get to say, at least I got. My goodness, my God, thank you for even blessing me with this. Because somebody don't have it. I'm probably not feeling well in my body. But somebody else is laying in the hospital on life support. We're so focused on the stuff that we don't have that we miss the stuff that we do have. We're focused on all of the wrong things rather than counting our blessings of the things that we have. So what, you ain't got red bottoms and you walking around in some Payless. Is Payless still around? I don't know. Whatever. Or you got some Walmart brand shoes. Guess what? You have shoes. Somebody Somebody is out there that don't even have feet. And you're complaining about some cheap shoes. That at least you got some with soles on them. We must change our perspective in order to get to our purpose. and see ourselves differently. You are so much better than the bad episode that happened to you last week. You are so much better than the stuff that they talked about. You are so much better than the failures that you've had in your life. So much better than that. But you can't see it because you're focused on the bad. You can't see it because you're focused on the stuff that happened to you. Yeah, they did you a disservice. They didn't treat you right. They acted a fool with you. Hello, Greg. Hello, Ernest. They acted a fool with you. They didn't treat you fairly. Yeah. You were dealt a bad hand. You weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, and it's okay. But you were born, and you had a spoon to eat with. You got to learn to change what you're looking at and how you're looking at it. This thing called life is all about what you want to see. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as defeated? Or do you see yourself as victorious? Do you see yourself as wounded? Or do you see yourself as healed? See, I choose to say I'm healed. I choose to say I'm whole. Yeah, that was some stuff. Listen, I don't know, and I can't say that anybody else haven't had as bad of a year, but 2021 was hell on earth for me. I don't even know if there is a hell after the experience I had. But you know, I'm always reminded how the healing took place day by day. Even in the midst of adversity, I started getting whole. I started fulfilling my purpose. I started fulfilling my destiny and not focusing on the bad things. Let me focus on what's good. Let me focus on what's right. So things were chaotic, but at least I get to work out. Things were chaotic. At least I still got my job. Things were chaotic. At least I still have a roof over my head. Things were chaotic. Oh, I was able to get a new car. Look, what is it that you can look at to change your perspective on things and not focus on the bad? I'll get to some points here, you guys, but y'all got to have the awareness of what's good in your life and the compassion to go after it. I'm going to say it again so you don't miss that. You got to have the awareness of what's going on in your life and the compassion to go after it. It's your duty to get everything that it's supposed to be for you. What happens when you change your perspective? Y'all know I like it when you ask questions. I'm so glad you asked. But can y'all do me a favor? Y'all know every time I say this one phrase, y'all supposed to type in the comments. Go on and get yourself some healing. Put in the comments, I believe I will. What happens when you change your perspective? When your perspective is off focus, you have blind spots. Y'all know how when you're driving in the car and you're getting ready to change lanes and the car was in your blind spot and you didn't see it and somebody's blowing, hey, you about to hit me? Yeah, those are blind spots. But when you get back focused, the thing that you see the most is the stuff that was in your blind spot. I don't care how you look at it when you try to change lanes and that car was in your blind spot and they're blowing. Now all while you driving it, you see that car. Because you want to make sure you don't hit it again. You want to make sure that you don't damage it. You want to make sure that you don't cause any accidents. So now the thing that was in your blind spot, now you get to focus on it more and start changing your perspective. Now it's not there for you to almost have an accident. It's there so that you won't have an accident. My goodness. Listen, I'm talking better than some of y'all even commented up in this thing. There was a book that I read, you guys. And I read this book a while ago. And I pulled it up because I wanted to go and pull some information out of it. And it was called The Blind Spot Effect, How to Stop Missing What's Right in Front of You. Listen, I just said something altogether just in the title. And y'all ain't said nothing. The Blind Spot Effect and How to Stop Missing What's Right in Front of You. Just in case y'all want to read it, the writer's name was Kelly Boyce, I think it was. Kelly Boyce, I think it was. Don't quote me on it. I'll come back later and tell you. But I think it was Kelly Boyce. And she was showing in an illustration in her book saying that everybody has blind spots. Watch this piece right here. She believed, and she wrote this in her book, that blind spots will sabotage your judgment and lead you to become stuck in behavior patterns that don't serve you. I'm going to sit back. Let me drink some water on that one. Blind spots can sabotage your judgment and lead you to become stuck in behavior patterns that don't serve you. It's a blind spot. Your perspective is off, so you don't see it. And because you don't see it, your judgment is off. Remember the car illustration I just gave? Because you don't see it, because your perspective is off, then your judgment is off. And you don't see it, you start moving over. Because you couldn't judge the fact that that car was right there. Because your perspective was off. And when your perspective is off, it will cause you to become stuck in behavior patterns that do not serve you. You're headed to your purpose. You're headed to your victory. You're headed to a place that you have been trying to get to for a long time, but your judgment is off. Your perspective is off because your judgment is cloudy. And when your judgment is cloudy, it clouds the area that you see, and that area doesn't serve you because you can't see it. But you're on your way to your purpose, but this area doesn't serve you because your judgment's off. You gotta change your perspective so that you can judge what's in front of you accurately. You gotta be able to judge it accurately. The Bible says to judge it with a righteous judgment. That means that when you can see things clearly, when you are in a place to be able to see it clearly, I can see you, you can see me. This is a righteous judgment. This is for me. I'm going after it. You gotta be able to see things clearly. Don't allow your perspective to sabotage your judgment. Y'all, if I don't say anything else tonight, y'all hear this good. Do not allow your perspective to sabotage your judgment. Don't allow, let me see who's in this room, because y'all finna make me work for this one tonight. Don't allow your perspective to sabotage your judgment. Don't allow your perspective, what you see, what you think, and how you visualize it. Don't allow the glass being half empty in your perspective to keep you from thinking it's half full. Because you're on your way somewhere. How are you going to look at it? How are you going to see it? It means everything. What happens when you change your perspective? Get rid of them blind spots so that it doesn't sabotage your judgment. Sometimes others see these spots more easily than you see them in your own path. And other times, by using self-reflection through like meditation or prayer, it becomes possible to witness your own patterns and shed some light on the hidden or limiting aspects of your nature. Once you pinpoint the blind spot, once you can pinpoint your blind spot, you can't unsee it. I just told y'all that with the car illustration. Once you pinpoint that car was just right there, you can never unsee it. That car will drive on miles ahead of you, and you'll always see it because it was in your blind spot. And now your perspective is now clear and allowing you to see, oh, that's the vehicle right there. Change the way you see it so that you are not affected and not clouding your proper judgment. Next thing you do when you are changing your perspective, your optimism becomes useful. Your optimism becomes useful when it's realistic. Your optimism becomes useful when it's realistic. Now, often positive thinking usually gets a bad rap. People are like, oh, here come these faith talking people, these Jesus talking people. They always want to speak faith on that. A lot of positive talking conversations gets a bad rap because they don't see what you see. I just dropped the mic. Positive thinking usually gets a bad rap. Why? Because they can't see what you see. They don't have your perspective, boo. Baby, I am talking so good up in here, up in here. They can't see what you see, so they going to talk bad on your optimism. They're going to talk bad on your declarations and your decrees. They're going to talk bad on your affirmations because, oh, here she come again, trying to speak positive. Listen, this is what I do, boo, because I choose to see the glass as half full and not half empty. I choose to see my life as blessed and not down in the dumps. I choose to see my life full of favor. And just because you can't see yours that way, don't come pouring salt on mine, because my perspective is clear about how I see me and the direction where I know I'm headed. Baby, y'all, I can end this live right now because I just helped me. I don't know if it helped y'all, but I just helped me because I'm always doing declarations and decrees, right? And people are always looking like, here she come again. Yeah, but they can't see what you see. When you start speaking healing in your body, when you start speaking faith, oh, I'm going to get this, or I'm going to get this, or I'm going to buy this house by this time next year. I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that. People, they think you're crazy. Why? Because they don't have your perspective. Y'all heard me? Let me tell you, because it's a secret. They don't have your perspective. Change your perspective. And if they can't see what you see, so what? They need to get their own perspective for their lives. They can't watch you and try to have the perspective you have for your life and claim it because it ain't theirs. You got to see positivity for yourself. But realistic optimism is the ability to see the situations accurately. Realistic optimism is the ability to see the situations accurately. So the good thing with that is even when you are, let's say, pessimistic in your thinking, you can strengthen your optimism by just practice and changing your perspective. Even the most doubtful person, if they change their perspective, can become full of hope. Y'all don't want to talk to me up in here, but even the most doubtful person can change their perspective and become full of hope if they start speaking positive thoughts, positive things. What else happens when you oh my God, for real, y'all need to get this one. When you're changing your perspective, you must realize that it's not a thermometer, it's a thermostat. Girl, Felicia, you are talking up in here. Your perspective isn't a thermometer, it's a thermostat. What do you mean, Felicia? I am so glad you asked. How your perspective leads you to act or not act in a given situation says you are in control of that. It's something you're in control of. A thermometer, you're not in control. A thermometer is gauged by the temperature that's already determined on the outside. But a thermostat, you get to turn it up and down, baby. You get to say, I'm hot this moment, I'm cold right now. And you get to twist it every which way you want to twist it. Because you are being or having great perspective on your outlook of your life, you're controlling the outcome. Listen, when you have control, when you are changing your perspective, you have control. You're the thermostat, not the thermometer. You are the thermostat, not the thermometer. You get to determine how you're going to turn this up or down, or how you're going to focus to get to your purpose and even reroute your drive. Yeah, you could be traveling down the road and all of a sudden you see that there's an accident ahead and you decide to get off at an exit so you can go another route. That's you being the thermostat. You're changing the direction. You get to control your outcome of the situation. You get to control that. Listen, baby, when you're on a healing journey, if you only see yourself full of trauma, you're doing yourself a disservice. You got to have a different perspective on your outcome and control your outcome. You got to be able to control your outcome. It's in your hands. Y'all remember the story? I keep saying I'm not going to preach those scriptures, but I can't help it. Y'all remember the story with Moses? And he told God he couldn't go over there and tell the Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go because he got a stuttering problem, or because he murdered a man, or because they weren't going to believe him. And what he say? What did God say to him? What's in your hand? It's already, you got control of the situation because it's already in you, boo-boo. It's all. Y'all, I already don't have a voice. I think I hollered too much Sunday. Can y'all not make me holler? I just want y'all to get this. You got the ability to control your outcome. Not what happened to you. Yep, they may have raped you. Yep, they may have kicked you while you're down. Yep, they may have stolen from you. Yep, they may have talked about you. Yep, they may have fired you from a job. Yep, you may have had a car repo. Yep, you may have had a bad marriage. I'm naming some bad stuff up in here, right? Yep, they may have spread your name and scandalized your name. Yep, all of that probably happened to you. But your perspective says, I'm still fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm still in His image and in His likeness. I am still made to fulfill the purpose that is set before me, and I can't help it. And I'm going to go after it. And guess what? Y'all can still be stuck on the traumas that I experienced. Y'all can still be like, oh, well, I remember when she was, but what do you know about me now, baby? Because right now I'm on my purpose. Right now I'm on my thug thizzle. Right now I'm going for everything that I can go after that is set before me. Every open door that's set before me, I'm running to it. What do you know now? Because my perspective has changed. Oh, y'all still on that? Oh, boo, because guess what I'm on? I'm over here trying to get the bag. Y'all still dealing with that? Oh, baby, let me tell you what I'm on. Because I'm over here on a whole new life, trying to see myself differently and go ahead and get after everything that is set before me. Change your perspective. Watch this. It's good. Don't get caught up in the perspective that everybody else has about you. Don't get caught up in the perspective that everybody else has about you. Y'all heard me on my very first live. I told y'all of marriage that I was in and how somebody told me that I'll never amount to nothing, how I was ugly, how I was stupid, all those things. And for a moment, I got caught up in how they felt about me. For a moment, I started feeling like maybe it's true. Maybe I won't amount to anything. Maybe I am ugly. For a moment, until I changed my perspective. And I started telling myself how fearfully and wonderfully made I am. I started telling myself how pretty I am. I started telling myself how purposeful I am. I started telling myself that I'm the head and not the tail. I'm the lender, not the borrower. I'm above and not beneath. I started speaking positive affirmations to myself and changing my perspective. And I didn't get caught up any longer in how they felt about me. I got caught up in what I saw that was in me. What did God say about me? I got caught up. I changed my perspective. And I'm going after everything that God ever said that was for me. Right? How you think is important. How you think is important. This is how when you changing your perspective, how you think is important. As you think, ask yourself if you are being non-judgmental, if you're being compassionate, if you're being curious, and if you're being patient. Because watch this. Yeah, I posted this. And I post it maybe every other week. I never want to be in position that I cause anybody else pain ever in my life. I've done everything right. And I'm sure some of the things that I've done, some of the things that I've said has caused others some pain, right? I never want to be in that place that I cause anybody any pain. So how I think is important. How I think about them, it's important. Am I compassionate towards their stuff? Am I compassionate towards their journey? Because maybe they're not where I am in my journey. Maybe I've grown in my healing journey and I've reached a certain level and they're not there yet. Are you compassionate enough to be patient with others like God was patient with your butt? Y'all hear me? Are you compassionate enough to be patient with others Because how you think is everything. If you think about others and kicking them when they're down, all because they ain't where you are. I know people that do this all the time. People that don't dress like them, they look down on them. People that don't walk like them, they look down on them. People that can't afford the same things, they look down on them. That's a whole problem. It is a whole problem because at one time you didn't have it with your nice self. At one time you couldn't afford it with your bad self. So why aren't you extending the same compassion and patience with others that was extended to you? See, if you don't change your perspective, if you can walk around and get healed from the traumas that you go in and still inflict pain on others, listen, get out the way. You did all that work for your journey for nothing. Your perspective is so off. And you're foolish. You gotta want to see other people win too. You gotta want to see other folk win too. When you start changing your perspective, even your outlook on others is different. There's some people that inflicted pain on me, even last year. But I don't want to see them hurt. Today, my healed, whole, happy self is praying for them. When most people will probably think I'm crazy. I can't believe it. Listen, I don't want to see them hurt. I don't. It's time to move on. Because there were some times that I was foolish in my thoughts and my thinking and my ways and in my patterns. And I know God was patient with me. Don't go trying to expose other people's dirt because your dirt ain't. That's a whole nother topic. I ain't gonna even say it because y'all don't want to hear that part. Y'all don't want to hear that part. Let me go ahead and move on to my fifth and my final point. But first, a first step in perspective taking is recognizing whether your thought process is helpful or unhelpful. It means something if your thought process is helpful or unhelpful. You gotta want to see. Listen, I cannot thank God enough for the people that He placed in my path in 2021. Honest to goodness, I've never even had the strength in a circle that I have now. And it was the people that looked out for me in my trauma because I wasn't strong enough to look out for myself. When you're changing your perspective, you want to be helpful. You don't want to be unhelpful. You want to help others too. Pull them up. Some people are barely holding on by the string on a rope. Go tie a knot in their rope so that they can keep holding on. You ain't got to be their healer, but you can at least give somebody the assistance that's needed. Change your perspective on even how you see other people, what they need. Okay, if I got it, let me give it. Perspective. You ain't got to be evil. Be helpful. Last point. Your perspective could fall into three areas. There are three types of perspective. There's your thoughts, there are your feelings, and there are your actions. There are your thoughts, there's your feelings, and there's your actions. How you think about something, how you feel about something, and then how are you going to act. What you think about something, how you feel about something, and then how are you going to act on it. What you think about something, how you feel about something, and how are you going to act on it. It's going to take you making sure that when you're changing your perspective, that you think about yourself differently, that you feel about yourself differently, and that you started acting like you see and like you think and like you feel about yourself. When I walk in a room, I walk in with my head held high. I walk in and I'm clanking my heels. Not because I'm putting others down, but because my thought process about me is I'm on my purpose. I'm on my mission. I'm trying to reach my goal. The way that I feel about me is I love myself. Don't matter who else around me doesn't. Who else around me may not know me, but I love me. I got to that point this year or last year. I got to that point that I had to love me. And I didn't know that. I knew that I had to love me, but I didn't recognize that where I was with the trauma that I was facing was causing me not to even love the things around me or myself. I had to fall in love with me. I had to fall in love with myself before I could present myself to the world. Felicia, I went in hiding for a moment. Why? Because I needed to get Felicia together. So I needed to have a good thought process about me. I needed to feel a certain way about me so I can start acting on it. And now when you see me, you see this big old smile on my face like what trauma? What issues? What scandal? Who cares? Man, because the way I feel about me today, January 18th, 2022, is it January 18th already? Jesus Christ. January 18th, 2022, the way that I feel about myself today, because my thought process has changed. My perspective has changed, which gave me a different outlook. Y'all, it is time for us to see things differently. We can talk about traumas every single day. But if you don't change your perspective on the way that you see things, the way that you feel about things, the way that you think about things, and how you're going to act on something, all that healing work, all the money you spending in counseling with therapy or with the coach, is for nothing. Save your coins. Go put it on a house or something. If you're not going to change your perspective, change your perspective so you can see yourself differently. So you can see yourself better. You are not what they said, boo. You're everything God says. Listen, this is your girl, Felicia Lynette Refocus. I am so done. Stick a fork in me. Done. Y'all ready for this shirt giveaway? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let me see. Who's still listening? Y'all, if you're still listening, just type "I'm here" in the comments. Just type "I'm here" in the comments, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to win this shirt. Just go and put "I'm here" in the comments. While I'm waiting on y'all to do this, if you have not purchased your gear already, y'all see me in these shirts, y'all see these cups, come on, send me a DM and let me know that you want one. I see you, Makia. I see you, Elder. I see you, Melissa. All right, here are my questions. Here's my question, There are two things that I said that I wanted y'all to keep at the forefront this entire time. What were those two words? What were those two words? You had to be here in the beginning to get it. Oh. What were those two words? I'm waiting on you. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Nobody got them? Healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk. What were those two words that I said that you need to keep at the forefront this entire time? I told y'all to get y'all pen and paper. I told y'all that. Let's talk about healing. Let's talk about healing, baby. Not I believe I will. That I believe I will is our coin phrase when I say go on and get yourself some healing. Let's talk. All right. So we don't know that. Y'all don't know that? Let me give you another question. I was fixated on that one, you guys. What was the name of the book that I mentioned? What was the name of the book that I mentioned in the very beginning? Anybody know? Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing, baby. Let's talk about healing. Going once? Going twice? Y'all don't know these answers. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try one more. I'm trying to get y'all this shirt. Y'all don't want it. Okay, let's do one more. I said, when you're changing your perspective, don't be this, but you should be this. Because it gives you a sense of control. What were the two things? Now, y'all got to be able to give me that. It gives you a sense of control. Don't be this, but you should be this, because it'll give you a sense of control. Now, this is gonna be the last question I give. If y'all don't get this, nobody wanted the shirt today. What gives you the sense of control? When you're changing your perspective, you should not be what? No? Very good. Makia, send me your size. When you change your perspective, you should not be a thermometer. You should be a thermostat, because when you're a thermostat, it gives you a sense of control. Inbox me your size shirt that you would like, and if you would like it to be a fitted shirt or a unisex shirt, and along with your address, unless you're local. I think you said you're in Chicago, right? No. Anyway, all right, you guys. This has been your girl Felicia Lynette, and what we're doing here, we're going to get ourselves some healing. Y'all put in the comments, I believe I will. I believe I will. Go and put that in the comments. Go on and get yourself some healing. It is time. Y'all have a good night. Toodles. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for another topic with Let's Talk About Healing. This is your girl, Felicia Lynette Refocus, and it has been amazing sitting with you on tonight. Listen, don't forget, we're live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us. Don't meet us here, beat us here. Be ready with your pen and paper. But do me a favor. In the meantime, go on and get yourself some healing. I believe I will.